Hello everyone and welcome back to Homeworld Classic. Today gonna be watching a match between Sanjo of the Banjo Valley, chilling out over here, and her opponent, in the red also has tight end, gonna be Fear. Definitely the reigning champion so far, as he actually has not been defeated yet in the tournament. Sanjo, I think, definitely gonna have her work cut out for if she wants to win this one. I'd say almost certainly this match going to go to Fear. How's there like what the? That's interesting. I guess you start out with a light Corvette on this map. Anyway, kind of looks like the Onion's logo, doesn't it? Maybe I just watched too much of that. Dredge Lake Appraisal, man, you can't beat it. I don't even know what this map is, actually. I'm so informed, man. Anyway. But we can analyze it, though. It looks like, you know, you got two patches to go to. Right after you exhaust your main, you drive there, and then you fight in the middle. I imagine, by the way, Fear trying to hide his scouts in the dust cloud there, but that's not how that works. Anyway, I imagine we could get some... I'm sending a probe into the dust clouds too. But I imagine we could get some pretty competitive play trying to like take the middle first so that your like back patch is safe, but that might result in like a really early fight in the game. That'd be interesting to see. Fear, a player that we all know goes for those scouts in the early game. Sanjo had been doing the same so far. Seems to be the play here. Got 11 scouts from Sanjo, and I think it's just 11 from Fear too, yeah. So they've pretty much both been building constantly at about the same time. Nothing too special right there. Not sure about Sanjo's mothership move out here. Before you get a resource controller, I feel like that's going to hurt you. Because you see these collectors just driving a really long distance now in order to get to the resources. So I maybe wouldn't have done that so fast. I don't know, it's really interesting in this map how you start out with a light Corvette. I feel like that has a lot of implications, but neither player has actually moved theirs at all yet. You can see Fear actually going for the really early light Corvettes there. He has not gotten capital ship tech just yet, so he's making these before a resource controller. I wonder if he's planning on getting aggressive somehow.
Capital ship drive research complete.
He's definitely got the scouting information across the map.
Support frigate available for construction.
He's watching all of the patches.
Resource controller available for construction.
And capital ship chassis finishing now for Sanjo, which is going to be faster than Fear, mind you. Faster indeed. That scout gonna decide he's not interested in dying. He'll boost his way out of there.
They're too fast, breaking off attack.
Scouts from Sanjo not going to attempt the chase
complete.
there.
Entering holding pattern.
You know, I actually do lose frames when I zoom in. It's interesting.
Corvette drive research complete. Light Corvette available for construction.
Corvette drive just now finishing for Sanjo. So if these 5 light Corvettes can't really get any damage in before Sanjo has got light Corvettes of her own, I feel like the kind of tech rush that Fear has done is going to be a little bit wasted, yeah? I don't know, I just don't see what he's going to be able to do with these units here to justify slowing down his eco that way. Guess we'll have to see, though. That's a probe going out there across the map. No, it's a scout, sorry. Fear again just trying to check things out over here, but there's nothing really to see. Except for a resource controller, he knows about that. Light Corvettes, that's what he would expect. But I think that's what he wanted to know, just make sure his opponent's not doing anything cheeky. Thing is, though, that mothership is a lot further afield than it should be. You can see this resource collector back here. He's very sad. He's alone. Space is empty. You know, this is really going to slow down Sanjo's eco here. Fury, meanwhile, has he got a controller set up yet? I don't think he does. No, he does not. This probe here not actually hidden, mind you. That was why I was joking about the dust cloud earlier. It doesn't hide things like it would in Homeworld Remastered. And these scouts here, a couple of them, you know, just a few, gonna come and try to smack down that probe with some impunity here. Great prejudice.
Attack complete. Entering holding pattern.
So I feel like both players slowing down their economy, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, it looks like there is actually a resource controller finished here for Fear. So no more resources on this side, so that thing probably ought to just move out to that next patch.
Capital ship chassis research complete.
Target
Assault
destroyed.
frigate available
Entering
for
holding
construction.
pattern.
Fear trying to... Oh, these are light corvettes. Okay, so Fear taking a fight now with the
Mothership has
scouts
arrived.
using his corvettes here. And that, I imagine, is going to go superbly well for him until these guys show up. This is going to be the big problem here. And Fear definitely has more units here than... Sanjo definitely has more units here than Fear does. Here come... Whoops, I've hit the start button. That's not what I meant to do. You might see a black screen for a second, but I'll comment what's going on here. It's kind of getting a little messy. Scouts getting up on top of each other. But it looks like the scouts from Fear are really dying here. As those scouts from Sanjo, there's just so many more of them. They're all in a really big, good, aggressive claw. And Fear gonna have to back away there now. Definitely not the kind of fight he wanted to take. Loses one corvette on the retreat already. More are gonna fall probably, and they can't turn around to fight back, or else those other light corvettes are just gonna catch up and murderize them. Looks like they are gonna try just that, but these scouts here, yep, will do some real damage. And so Fear getting repelled. Looks like he has more light corvettes coming in though, and that's gonna. Well, Sanjo's got 7, and Fear only has 7, even if those 2 that are damaged can dock. So I mean, Sanjo still takes this fight. I mean, this is clearly going to be hers to win. Now, if I were Sanjo, I would have that support frigate try and kill off the scouts who are docked here, because scouts that are docked are just like sitting ducks. You can snipe them off the top of that support cruiser like there's no tomorrow. But even so, Sanjo definitely taking this fight. Now, the support cruiser's arrived now, which is going to start healing those light corvettes, and that's going to probably turn things. At this point, Sanjo probably wanting to get out of there. But yeah, that was really bad for Fear, actually. He lost a lot of stuff in that fight. Sanjo's corvette's kind of on a route now, though, and they're actually going to get killed here, because the scouts for Sanjo just kind of left the field. If they were still here... If those scouts were still here, I mean, they could be doing a lot of damage to the scouts of Fear here, stopping them from hunting down these corvettes, but unfortunately they all left. So the corvettes from Sanjo actually go down now. But she's got an assault frigate ready. Still lots of scouts, like I said earlier. So yeah, this is not going to be a problem for her. She isn't going to get pushed at all. The economy from Fear is starting to look a little bit better. He has mined all of the asteroids by his mothership. And Sanjo, you can tell, just clearly hasn't. Unless these are respawned asteroids, which does happen on a lot of the maps.
Gotcha.
Oops.
Defense field research complete. Field frigate available for construction.
That's everything.
Probe in position.
Sanjo gonna try now and chase out that support frigate with her assault frigate. She's got like 2 of them. Maybe that's a third, actually. Yeah, that is actually a third. So that's gonna work pretty well, but I believe support frigates are just a little bit faster. They're gonna get out of there. Sanjo also, I believe, had sent a probe over here, so she probably knows about the assault frigates, the defense field frigate here as well. Not gonna be any surprise to her. Hold up, why are we listening to this music? Ooh. This is a good one. That second patch getting mined out looks like for both players now, so they're both going to be headed toward the middle. And I would expect we're going to see a big fight coming down any second now. There is a defense field here for Sanjo. There's 2 support frigates, 2 assault frigates. She ought to just push this. I think she's got the advantage in the frigate fight for now, but the real question is when are ions coming out for the 2 players? Fear with 2 research ships. Sanjo's got 3, I think. Yeah. No, she's got 2 as well. So they should be timed about evenly. Actually, Sanjo going back to collect those resources that she left in the beginning. It's a little bit funny there. But you can't let your opponent get this patch, or else just the amount of resources on the field will just be bigger for him. Are these? No, I thought they were like resources over there. So when you stack all the dots up like this, it looks like there's a lot more than there is. Sanjo actually looks like turning her mothership back to just back away there. So the fight not going to get taken at all, and it looks like Fear is going to get this middle patch totally for free. Not sure how I feel about this. I'd say based on the position of like this asteroid, they are actually respawning, but I'm still not totally sure.
Ion cannon research complete.
So ion cannon's finishing now for Sanjo.
Ion
These
cannon
scouts for
frigate
Fear
available for
coming around on the side. I imagine they're gonna try and attack that eco while it's still a little bit vulnerable. I think there's still many more scouts for Sanjo though, so you can see this on the sensors, right? It's one reason you've got to check sensors all the time in Homeworld Classic, is because if I'm playing as Sanjo, I can see the red dots here. Not as many of them, until you get a sensors array, but I can see them there. So you know that those scouts are there. You've got to send something to like deal with it, but doesn't look like she is cognizant of this, and those scouts are gonna get, scouts going out, yeah, but I mean they can actually see this. Yeah, so these scouts here are gonna get there for free. They really should not have been able to get there, I don't think. Here's going to be that fight we were waiting for, but where's the defense field frigate? Oh, it's way back there. That's going to be serious problems here. There's no way Sanjo can take this fight without the defense field in position. Maybe it's not going to matter. Maybe it'll get there fast enough. Yeah, and you know what? There's actually like 3 support frigates on these guys too. And Fear, meanwhile, really going to get smacked up here a little bit, because that support frigate is not being protected by the field frigate at all. Another field frigate with some light corvettes around it. Now, does Fear have ions coming in? No, it doesn't look like it. That would really swing this. Does Sanjo have ions coming in? No, the tech is finished, but she doesn't have any coming. Fear demonstrating now why it's generally superior to have several smaller formations than one big formation, as he's kind of running circles around Sanjo at this point.
Resourcer under attack. Collector.
And he should not be winning this fight. I think that should be noted. Like, there's just so many more scouts here for Sanjo, but Fear is just taking it anyway. Defense field frigates are in position now for Sanjo. She's got 4 assault frigates to her opponent's 3, and 2 defense fields to her opponent's 2. 3 support frigates to her opponent's 2. So I mean, this looks like the kind of fight that she should win, but it's important to note that whoever gets ions first is basically going to be the victor here, because these assault frigates are going to do such minuscule damage while those defense fields are still up. And you can see what's going on there. But this scout battle really not turning out well for Sanjo at all. Again, like I said, this is something she should actually be winning. What tactics she's on neutral, that's probably part of it too. But yeah, if the scouts for Sanjo had been split up into like 3 groups of 5, or 4 actually, right? 4 groups of 5 rather than 1 group of 20, she would have just like smashed over here. And now, the resourcing operation completely open. Fear can just do whatever he wants. Oh, and these guys getting caught up too by interceptors? Yeah.
Collector under attack.
Uh-oh. That does mean Fear is going to be very delayed to get his, ion tech. You can see he's even got bombers coming out on the field now. But maybe it's not going to matter. Also, the defense fields, for some reason, just not there at all for Sanjo. They're completely far away from the assault frigates. Now the support frigate's starting to get hammered on. It's starting to look like everything's kind of coming apart here. But it's sad to see too, because I really feel like Sanjo is actually on top here. But all of a sudden, that's proving to not be true.
Resourcer under attack.
Support frigates seemingly unaware they need to be healing each other. This collector's going to go down. This one probably will follow. Maybe even the third.
Under attack.
And the damage here is just going to start getting out of hand before too long.
Resourcer under attack.
Support is on the way.
Resourcer lost.
Yeah,
Collector under attack.
this is going to be nasty. These are interceptors, mind you, so the damage output is a lot higher than with ordinary non-interceptor units. Scouts, there you go. There are actually 2 ions out here, but they're also not really being sent out to the fight just yet.
Resourcer under attack.
Controller under attack, requesting support.
It's important to note, resources don't get repaired by controllers in classic
Collector
Homeworld.
under
I
attack.
think they do by the mothership, yeah, but not by collectors. Or controllers, sorry. The Soul Freaks are here, and these scouts are aggressive on Sphere, so they actually are getting picked out a little bit. Picked apart a little bit. But Fear on top of that, he moves them out of the way. Still no sign of ions from him, but he's getting a big bunch of bombers. This could actually maybe do something. It's just tricky with defense fields, though,
The
because
mothership is under
they
fire.
sort of force you to, go for the beam weapons to
Resourcer
get the
under
kills.
attack.
These interceptors really getting killed, though, because, again, they're in aggressive and sphere positions. They're not moving, like, at all, and so it's easy pickings for that mothership and that ion cannon frigate. They are going to be able to kill off pretty much all of these if they stay that way. Something I love about Homeworld Classic, that, like, ion cannons can actually hit fighters if they're not moving.
Support command received.
If you realize that if he kamikazes in, is he gonna get the kill? What? Look at the health on this thing. Oh, man. That was a good play, actually. That was a really good play because he wasn't gonna get the kill otherwise, but... Man. I mean, you can call that unlucky if you want. That was pretty much as close as it can get. Pretty much as close as it can get. But Fear, he is the guy with all the money. Question is just, what does he want to do with it? He's got time too. I think Sanjo's going to be making a push anytime soon here. So he can tech up to whatever he wants to tech up to.
Collector
He's
under
got a lot of
attack.
options at this point. Looks like Fear going to start attacking his collectors. More interceptors, yeah, scouts as well.
Resourcer under attack.
Collector, not very much health. A lot of resources in it. Doesn't want to lose this one, but I'm sure she will. It's close, actually. Maybe not.
Collector under attack.
Collector, a little too fast for the support frigates, is actually evading the healing beams, which is unfortunate for it.
Resourcer under
But
attack.
the defense field is in position. Resource collectors salvage repair.
Collector under
Support
attack.
frigates, there you go, are healing it. And it looks like some of the interceptors just ran into the support frigates on accident there, but that collector is going to get out of there.
Breaking up attack.
Resourcer under attack.
This one really shouldn't, though. Ooh. bombers are in the area. I haven't seen too much of these so far in the tournament. They do quite a lot of damage to the capital ships, like you can see.
Collector under attack.
And it looks like Sanjo feeling fairly confident to push over here.
Mothership in position.
Who blew up there? Oh, it was a recent swipe. Sanjo gonna try and push into the middle here, but the amount of eco damage done is just unbelievable right now. And Sanjo, I don't think she can possibly take this at this point. Just the amount of money on the field is gonna be way higher for fear. I wish we had like a display that could show you that. Salvage. Oh, you bad. Oh, you bad man. Weaken the interceptors. Are they going to kamikaze?
Support command acknowledged.
Support frigates for neither player actually really in position, but this is a big choke by Sanjo. Look at all these guys who are just chilling back at home, not doing anything. Not going to be able to contribute to this fight at all. And these ion cannon frigates are going to go down surprisingly quickly.
Capital ship drive research complete. Destroyer available for control.
Under attack, what's the call?
Frigate lost.
Okay, support frigate's finally in position. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough or... I can't... Oh, I can't check the health. Oh, you know, it looks like it will actually. He is getting that health back.
Under attack, what's the call?
Defense fields are in position now. Bullets are just flying in every direction, which is always pretty funny to see.
Support command received. Under alert, alert, ambush. Hey, anyone out there? We're under attack here. Under fire, requesting orders.
Yeah, but I gotta say, so far, not really terribly impressed by the defense field plays of Sanjo. They just never seem to be quite where they want to be, you know? They're actually kind of working here, but again, they're just sort of standing still. Uh-oh. Da-da. Da-da. Here come those salvage corvettes. That's gonna be problems. These two defense field frigates are just gonna be gone, obviously. Sanjo maybe realizing it gives them the move command, but I'm sure it's too late now.
Support is on the way.
These things are nasty.
Collectors be advised. Controller under attack.
No defense fields left. It looks like this fight definitely gonna go not the way of Sanjo. Fighters turning their eyes now toward these, toward the resourcing operation. That collector is going to die pretty quickly. And, I mean, you know, assault frigates are not going to stop long. There's really nothing that's going to stop this.
The mothership is under attack.
We got contact. Repeat. We need direction
Collector
here.
under attack.
Support frigates getting sought after now.
Under fire, requesting orders.
Kind of bad split fire going on here from here. If you box select all the units, they won't attack one at a time. They'll attack all of them at the same time. In fact, you'll see like one ship will be targeting multiple targets, which is kind of cool, but like you don't really want it. So damage is kind of getting spread here, which is unfortunate. But
Hey, anyone out there?
there are still two salvage corvettes out there. I wonder where they've gone off to. Yeah, those are them.
Frigate.
This fight not going as... Oh.
Under fire, requesting
Yeah, this fight going very badly for Sanjo.
Watcher 6.
I was gonna say, like, look, he can't quite finish off either of these support frigates, but now he can do that. And those bombers just
Frigate
clearing out the
lost.
entire eco. There's just nothing left. They're like
Lost.
3 collectors, right? But they can't go out there to collect anything and they're gonna die. Both the support frigates go down. Now it's the ion frigate's turn to take some heat. Assault frigate can get stolen over here too, unless Sanjo sees this in like less than a second. Yeah, that's gonna be over for him.
Watch your 6.
Corvette's setting up a sphere. They don't even care that they're gonna take damage. Looks like actually this is gonna get stopped. This is salvage corvette gonna go down. Fear calls it off, drives away with this guy. He is dead for sure. But Fear definitely taking this fight. Like it's no one's business.
Frigate lost.
You can speed it up.
Resourcer under attack. The mothership is under fire. Frigate
And I mean, I would think a
lost.
destroyer was gonna
Mothership
pop
is
pretty
under
soon,
attack.
but
Frigate
it's really not
lost.
going to, is it?
Frigate
There's no
lost.
money for
the
that.
mothership is under
Look at
fire.
that, Assault frigate gets stolen too.
Collector under attack. The mothership is under attack.
Sanjo's
Resourcer under
mothership just gonna
The
get slowly
mothership is
hammered
under
down
fire.
until she dies.
Resourcer lost.
She doesn't seem
The
to be a
mothership
fan
is
of
under attack.
surrendering,
The
but
mothership is under fire.
know where this goes.
The mothership is under attack. Hyperspace signature detected. The mothership is under
Oh,
fire.
destroyer even jumps in for fear. And there goes Sanjo. So the expected outcome, but it was fun to watch. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you for the next one.